cylinders. Maybe. It died again. Come on. Just enough to make it home. I might be on one cylinder right now. I have a feeling there's going to be some wind in the microphone today, but nothing I can do about it. No, that's too much wind. Okay, I actually found I had a little wind. I don't know if it's called a windsock or what, but windsocks, are those the things at the airport? I don't even know if you can hear me because I'm so far away from the microphone. Testing. Hey, it looks like it's going to work pretty good. All right, so engine was running great, and then drove through some water, and it started missing. It started missing worse and worse and worse. Even though we weren't still driving through water, what could it be? My first thought is water got in the ignition components, and if this had a distributor, that's where I would go first. I would assume there was water in the distributor, but this is a coil unplug setup, so nothing of the sort. So I don't have the fender skirts installed yet. You can see the floor down there, and that's probably what really caused the problem. Now my biggest concern is cold water on a hot engine. Could I have cracked something or damaged something major? But what is giving me the most hope, there were little periods where the engine ran good for a few seconds and then stopped running good. So I'm hoping it is water just in an electrical component somewhere and not something cracked. There could be a crack in the head, a crack in the manifold. There could be a problem with the spark plug wires. There could be a problem with water in the ECU, not the spark plug wires, the wiring going to the coils. There could be a problem with the fuel injection. Now this is kind of interesting. Look at this. The car's been sitting here for a while, and there's water on top of the radiator, but it actually smells like coolant. So the radiator does appear to be leaking, but that's unrelated at the moment. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to look with my lighted camera all around here for just something obvious. Just looking for something obvious. Oh, when they did my alignment, they really twisted that boot down there. Anyway, could be a sensor on the bottom. Don't think. None of these connections look like they got wet. What's down here that could be causing a problem? Not much. It's kind of hard to see everything because the car is not jacked up. Alright, now where's the intake? The intake is right here. There's no way that sucked in water. That is too high. I mean, that is up high. And it's turned sideways. And it would have to get through here. So this wheel would have thrown water up this way, but then you got this panel in there. It would have had to have gotten through there and past that tape. So no concerns of any hydrolocking sort of stuff. We'd see water inside the air box here if that were the case. No. Does feel damp? No, I don't think so. Let's see. Look down here, see if anything's puddled. Nope. Dry as a bone. So, nothing in the intake. This is starting to bother me a little bit. I am thinking, what if something did crack? And how do I find it? How's our coolant doing? Well, the bottom is wet, so plugs are all still plugged in. Oh, well, what are the odds of water getting inside these? I guess it's possible. Let's pull all the coils and see if there's any water down in any of those. The thing is, when I popped the hood when we were having the problem, there was no water up here, so it's very doubtful. However, where's this wiring harness go? This might be the problem. Oh no, that's probably not the issue. Okay, so I'll cover that back up. But this is the end I want to look at. So where's this go? This goes to fuel injection on this side and through the firewall. So let's just go ahead and pull these first, just for giggles. I don't think that'll be it, but okay. Alright. No sign of water there. The ones that are loose already. No water in there. Looks like there's a little oil on there though. That's oil. Oh, well. How in the world did water get in that one? Well, that's good news, because water got in that one. So hopefully this is our misfire. Oh yeah, it's full to the top of the electrode there, or the plug. Well, let's pull this one too. It's the only one with an actually working bolt. I understand how water got in there and there was no sign of water on top of the engine, unless since the engine was hot it evaporated really quickly but just got trapped inside there. Let's pull this one. Dry as a bone. Okay, that's totally dry. Alright, let me get some paper towels and mop that up and see if we have fixed the problem. Tap the water out of this. Okay, I got some paper towels and a long, skinny screwdriver. First, I'm just going to kind of make this into a snake shape. See what we can get. Oh boy, that is a lot of water. That was dripping off the end there. So what happens if you get water around your spark plugs like that is it grounds them out. So instead of the spark going into the spark plug and creating the spark between the gap, it just grounds itself directly to the body and it can't make a spark. So that means cylinder number 2 was not firing. That whole paper towel is totally soaked. One's not so wet. Most of the water should be at the back, so I'll go back here. I don't want to get any paper towel stuck down there because that could cause a similar problem. And no sooner have I said that than it tears apart. So now we're looking Much better. Let's get the water off of these. Well, there goes another one. Oh boy. Where'd this one go? Oh, it's right there. Clean the water from around here. Put this back in. That one I don't need to worry about. Clean as a whistle. This one seems okay. Just in case, we're gonna stick a paper towel down here. Oh, that is definitely wet too. That's water. I'm glad I stuck that down in there. So cylinder number 3 is pretty soaked. Still kind of damp. Let's leave these out. Let's let this dry a little while. Oh, more water came out of that. Look at that. Not out of the woods yet. I think I'm gonna have to get my heat gun and just kind of blow some warm air around here. Oh yeah. Just in case, let's do the first one. Looks dry, but might have some water in it. No, it's dry. Totally dry. I think we should be okay. Paper towel in there. Just a little bit of paper towel in there. Let's look. I think we'll be okay without using the heat gun. Let's just test it. That feels very loose. I'm not even going to put any of the bolts back in here. I'll do that after I test it. Just want to get it up to operating temperature. Go get a magnet to get this. Ah, never mind. All right, let's crank it up. While we're in here, let's look at the oil trip. Fuel 445.4. So let's go ahead and do our first oil check after the change. That's this cup rattling. So let's let this warm up, and then we will turn it off, let it sit for 10 minutes or so, and we'll check the oil to see how we're doing at 445 miles. Okay, looks like we're up to operating temperature. Idle's pretty good, right around 750. Let's give it some juice. Rev smooth. I tell you what, let's not check the oil just yet. Let's take it for a drive and get it up to 500 miles at least. But before we do that, I'm going to put the cowls or skirts or whatever they're called on the bottom that my wife keeps telling me is the whole problem, which probably is. And then of course put the bolts back where the bolts go around the spark plug stuff. Wheel, I take that back. Looks like we now have a serious radiator leak. Well, I'm glad I caught that before we went out for a drive. That is a serious leak, so it appears to be coming from who knows where. Oh, whoa, 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 that's where it's coming. Look at that. It's oozing out from where that is stamped. See these little fine cracks? Look at that, that is crazy. We'll wipe that off and look, it'll replenish itself. Yeah, look at this, just oozing. That is wild. So, everybody in the comments was right. When the radiator starts turning beige, its connections here start turning white, beige. You can see little hairline cracks. They apparently open up and it just starts weeping. Thankfully it wasn't a catastrophic failure, and I caught this while I was doing other stuff, and the radiator's still full. Temperature was still good, so thank you, Lord. Let's get this up on ramps to make it easier. Well, that's a little close to the edge. Also going to chalk the wheels. Start with some cardboard, of course. Drain the coolant. That's a lot of splash. Looks like that stopped dripping. Let's see what happens if we squeeze this hose. Couple more drips. So from beneath, you can see the radiator just sits down in these holes. This rubber, I guess, to reduce the shock. It just lifts out. So we'll just unhook all the wiring to the fans, unhook this top radiator hose, this wire right here, this wire right here, and then remove these two bolts, and it should just lift right out of there. Then we'll swap the fans out to the new radiator and put it all back in. We'll remove the negative on the battery. Come on. Try the other one first. See if we can learn the trick over there. So just press right here and pull. It's just difficult. Good. Yeah. Well, I just heard it clip back, so it was detached. Need a shorter screwdriver. See if I can use this. Yeah, that's a doozy. All right. Get that out of the way. Now, just loosen these two bolts. Nope, don't want to lose that. All right. Should just lift out of here. Nope, we had to take the overflow hose off. There we go. You know, this is one of those instances where all things work together for good, because even though it seemed like driving through the water was a bad thing, had we not done that, and had I not been looking at the engine trying to fix that problem at the time, I wouldn't have seen that the radiator was just about to have a major problem, probably while we were out on a 100-mile drive. Oh no, this has place for an oil cooler or something. What is that? We don't have these. Is it identical aside from that? Let's put this down here and orient this the same way. Oh, I see. The original radiator does have spots for these. So my concern is this open? Because we can blow in one and see if it goes anywhere, or we can take it apart and look, because we're gonna have to cap this off otherwise. That is open. Okay, well, on the old one, these look like they might be tiny little nuts that can come out. Maybe these are plugs. Find something that fits it. I don't even think I have anything that small. Oh, yeah. 5 millimeter. Does that do anything? No, I don't think that's doing anything. I think that's just wrecking it. I guess I'll go look online. Okay, good news. I looked online and these are for cooling an automatic transmission. And no coolant comes in or out of these. They're not connected. This is where transmission fluid, I guess, goes in and gets cooled. So these little rubber caps are sufficient to keep dust out, though they don't even really matter. So we'll just pretend this doesn't exist and keep going. So both radiators are laid out in the same orientation. So now I'll just start taking each fan off. Oh wait, both fans come off as a unit. Oh cool, I didn't even notice that. So I just need to remove, looks like 5 bolts and move the whole fan assembly over to there. Quick and easy. Like number 10s. Does it lift right off? Yes, it does. Set right on there. Just going to very loosely screw these in until it's all lined up right. Make everything relax in place. That one doesn't feel like it's going in. Okay, what's next? I think now I just need to remove these rubber grommets. Anything special? No, doesn't look like it. How does this come off? Screwdriver. Just pop off. Hope they don't fall off when I'm putting it back in. But other than that, I think that's everything. It comes with its own new petcock, which I can't seem to open. I'm going to hang on to this one though, because sometimes they leak or get lost or broken, but that is it. Let's drop it in. So as I drop it in, I'm just going to make sure that those two holes get lined up. Some debris out of here while we're in here. And already lost one. I should have stuck some silicone or something on these. It just won't stay on. Shoot, where'd that grommet go? Like, totally vanished. What in the world? I don't know where it went. It just like totally disappeared. Last time something fell out and bounced. It ended up going all the way down there to the fence. I cannot believe did it not hit the ground? Did it fall in here? I don't see it. Alright, let me pull this back out. See if it's gone somewhere where we just can't see it. This is crazy. This is crazy. On the plus side, while I'm down here, I mean, look at this. Everything is still as dry as a bone. No oil leaks. Nothing. You're not going to believe where that thing went. So, set the radiator in, it fell off and bounced. I'm holding the camera straight. This is a very steep incline here. That meter's about 5 feet tall. Where'd it go? I saw it here a minute ago. I'm just walking around staring at the ground. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Crazy. Crazy. Let's try this again. I'm not going to put this on first. Go ahead and just drop it in. Line up the hole if I can. Put that one in the hole. I'm going to take this underneath, stick it in from the bottom. Alright, this one hasn't dropped in yet. That over. There we go. And lift this up. Down there. Back in place. I'm down here. I'll check the petcock. And we'll go ahead and put this hose back on. Or not back on. I guess it's on since this is a new one. Now we'll put the top brackets back on. Where does this go? Oh, that broke. I see. So this wasn't supposed to come off. It broke right there. Oh well. Go ahead and put it back on and see if I can order another one. Overflow hose back on. Fan connection. The other fan connection. top hose. And let's fill it with 50/50. Toyotas, they say, always use this extended life. Now this is Super Tech, which a lot of people will be upset about, but I have some extended life concentrate I've had for a while in some unopened bottles, but I need to see if I have some purified water to mix with it, because this is my last bottle of pre-mixed 50/50 stuff. Just set this cap on so no critters crawl in there. Well, looks like I've got to run out and get some distilled water. It's another beautiful day. Distilled, that's what we need. All right, so here we have our empty pre-diluted 50/50 jug. I'm just going to put half this gallon in here. I like to do them in the pre-diluted jugs because that way I don't have to write on them with marker and worry about getting it confused. I'll know whatever's in here is pre-diluted. Just a little. And the reason you have to use distilled is because you don't want any chlorine or any contaminants in there. It needs to be pure water. That's probably good. We live in the South. It's not super important. You can probably get away with 30% mix or something. And then some Super Tech concentrate. I don't know if there's half a gallon in here or not. We'll see. I've got another gallon in the basement though. It's so funny that the sound of pure coolant, pure antifreeze flowing is different than the sound of water. Well, looks like I need probably a quart more. Be right back. And this jug actually has graduation marks on the side, so I could have known exactly what was half a gallon, but I missed it. That should be good. Now we'll finish topping this off, and then we'll top off the coolant reservoir. The overflow reservoir, that is. Now I know a lot of this is going to overflow, but there might be a lot of air in the system that needs burping out, so I like to top this off just to be safe. Back on. There we go. Now let's get these covers back on. Feisty Kate calls them splash guards. Maybe that's what they are, I don't know. Yeah. So some of these have like a wood screw type thread, and some of them have machine threads. Wood screw threads are ones that look like plastic. That's where they go, and these are the machine thread ones. And it looks like some are longer than others. How I'm going to figure that out, I don't know. So it's just, there's one extra long one. Interesting. No idea where it goes. We'll say, Extra long one does not go right under the radiator. Put it here. Let's get them started. Alright. Just feel how tight that got them. That's probably sufficient. Alright. Now let's put some miles on this thing. Now, of course, since I had the battery unhooked, the check engine light has reset, so we don't have a check engine light at the moment, but I'm sure within 20 miles of driving or so, it'll come back up. Day, and I'm headed toward the Georgia line, which isn't too far from where I live. And I think right around the Georgia line off of 85 there's some sort of lake access to maybe Lake Hartwell, so I'm thinking I'm going to head that way and see if we can jump in for a few minutes. This is not the same place. No, not the same place at all. But let's go check it out anyway. This is a very steep hill. Turn and show you. Can. So this is looking straight. This is looking straight. Yeah, I think this is a little too muddy to wade in right here. Yep, slick and muddy. Man, I would love to jump in right now. Just keep looking around. Check the coolant while we're here. Turn this off. So we definitely got the engine warm enough to overflow. Can't tell how full that is. Oh yeah, I see it right there. Right there. Above the line. So we are good. Should be fine with the coolant from here on out. I think I'm going to put some of that heavy-duty sealing tape over this edge. Maybe just some foil tape. I don't know. It's obviously the UV light that comes through the edge of the hood that has destroyed that. Thankfully, it doesn't get to power steering reservoir. I bet you thought I was going to check the oil while I was out there, didn't you? Not completely on level ground, so we'll just have to wait till we get back. Well, it's only 2-hour parking up there, so if you brought a canoe here, you couldn't spend the day out here. But you could paddle around for a couple of hours. And again, it's a muddy entry unless you walk out on a fallen pine tree. And by the look of the mud on top of the pine tree, I would say lots of people have walked out there. Oh, you can smell the pines. Or the pine needles. Okie doke. Look at that specimen. It just acted like it wanted to stall at that last stop sign. I don't know what that was about. Guess we'll see if it shows up in the codes. But looks like we're gonna have about 559 miles by the time we get back to the house. So I'm gonna run in and take a shower. Should take about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll come back out and check the oil. It's actually been about 15 or 20 minutes, but so this is checking the oil at what I say 550 some miles. Not even gonna look at it yet. Wipe it. So hard to see. Looks like it's still at the top dot. Let's do a really quick wipe. I'll probably have to do this a second time. So, straight down. Move it up. Oh yeah. Look at that. That is definitely still at the top dot. We haven't used any oil at all. We'll double check it. I'm gonna leave it hanging down so it doesn't run up the stick. I don't know if you can see that, but I can actually see it now. Almost looks like it's slightly above the top dot. Put it on the thing. Smear it down. Yes. Look at that. Yes. We are using no oil so far. 550 some miles. So, I find that kind of interesting because that makes me think about honing the cylinders or not honing the cylinders. Since they're low tension piston rings, I actually read something about how the smaller the cross hatching on the cylinder walls with low tension piston rings works better because they can't scrape enough of the oil out of deep grooves as they can out of light grooves. So actually a somewhat worn down cross hatching in an engine might actually seal better with new low tension piston rings than a fresh honing. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Now I gotta go have some pizza with my parents and some ice cream. Apparently a snake just fell out of the top of this tree almost and made a loud kerplunk. My daughter came over here and apparently has something. Oh, it's got a squirrel. And it's mad. Yeah, that's a new one for me. Wow. Squirrel's not breathing, so I think, man, that's way up there. Wow, here he goes. I'm gonna try to swallow him. A whole squirrel. This is gonna take a while. And we gotta go take my daughter back to college. It would be neat to get this whole thing but all the way down to the shoulders now. What you gonna do? You can't bite me with that squirrel in your mouth. Might as well just stop rattling.
Wait, I thought it was a black snake.
Yeah, but black snakes, when they want to threaten you, they'll rattle their tails in the leaves and stuff to make you think it's a rattlesnake. I guess that's what they're doing. That's what some people say. Wow, here go the feet and the tail. That was pretty quick. Once it gets some in there, I guess, it's easier for it to pull it. The hardest part is starting.
He wants to bite you.
And there goes the tail. Oh man, now it's going quick, isn't it?
Dad, he's getting ready to bite you. Got him opening his mouth.
Okay, time to go.